Hey friends, Dr. Christina here. This is the bright side. I'm still getting used to coming to you from the clinic space, but I've had several different versions of the same conversation this week about why and how resistance is a good thing. And so I made some notes from these conversations that I would like to encapsulate here with you today. And what I'm feeling right now is resistance. And it feels like my body wants to draw up. It feels like my feet won't just like stay on the ground where I put them. And for me, it feels like I lean forward and my hips feel a little tighter. And so I can like settle back into that and keep my feet on the floor and just keep reorienting with my breath because the resistance is not a bad thing. The resistance is not the enemy. Sometimes resistance can create pain. Sometimes the resistance can create inflammation. Sometimes it creates behaviors and mechanisms that we don't like. But what it does is it pumps the brakes against our flow through life, through our daily activities, through our interactions with our self and our environment and our community. Because we don't want to just crash around unless we do, in which case we can open up that resistance. We can learn how to do that. So staying soft and just staying open to what that resistance feels like when it shows up. Practicing the releasing of it. Feel your body expand around it. Feel your breath touching it. And letting go, releasing any need to strain against it. So everything is energy, including our breath. We're pulling energy from our breath to distribute throughout the cells of our body. Body heat is energy. Electricity in our nervous system is energy. Everything, even the stuff that looks solid, that has weight and texture, is at its most essential level energy. Everything is energetic in nature. And so that also includes our physical body, that includes our mental activity, conscious and unconscious mental activity. It includes our environment, what's going on around us, lights and sounds and smells and textures, and other people's nervous systems that are within some proximity are going to have a ripple effect of influence on what we're experiencing. My ear started itching. What we're experiencing locally, locally in our awareness. So all of that's energy, and the flow of energy into our senses, into our emotional experience varies. That flow of energy varies. And sometimes, if we're contracted, if we're in sort of a protective state, if we are, just got the ick about something, you really just don't like this place. It's too much. It's resistance. It's too much. And we protect and we contract and we get hard and rigid. And then we're like, oh, my neck is tight. My jaw is clenched. Like all kinds of stuff going on in my pelvic floor that doesn't feel good because it's all this. And that affects the energy that's moving through the body. That affects the energy that we have to work with, because it takes energy to push back in that way. It can be really exhausting to maintain that kind of protective state. And if we can find our softness, our space, our expansion, easy breath, mobile rib cage that can expand and receive, soft belly, pelvic floor muscles that are open, receptive, trusting, grounded, then that affects the energy that moves through the body. And that allows a lot of energy to be present within the mechanism. That allows things to flow. That allows things to shift. That allows our oxygen, carbon dioxide, intrinsic metabolism to make things happen. And that's how we stir it, is we keep breathing. And the way that we breathe, posturally, tension, expansion, contraction, reception, the way that we breathe impacts the way that our body is able to receive and distribute energy. So things to think about are the capacity. How much at any given moment can you hold in your mechanism? This is like 24 ounces, okay? So that's the capacity. And the volume describes, like, okay, of that 24 ounces, how much is actually full right now? How much is being held within this container? You are the container. Your body is the container. Your body, which is in cooperation with your mind, which is in cooperation with the energetic environment that we occupy. Volume, capacity, total capacity. What can you hold in your mechanism? Volume is how much are you holding? And then whatever's left is what we can get creative with. And so in the body container is where metabolism happens. Thinking about what's coming in, stir it around, what's coming out. That's the cycle of metabolism. We eat food, we chew it up, we squish it around in our belly, we digest it, we absorb what's useful, we let go of what we don't need. That happens with our food, and it also happens with the energy that we bring into our body, whether it is the form of breath in our lungs or ideas in our head, warmth from the sun, stimulation from exercise. It's all information, it's all stimulation, it's all sensation, it's all energy. So, what are we taking in? Our body breaks it down, stirs it up, swirls it around, absorbs some of it. And then it needs to be able to let it go. It needs to be able to release, to express. And we do that with our pelvic functions. We urinate, we defecate. We also do that in our exhalation. And then we also do that with our words. We do that with our exertion, with exercise. There are lots of ways to express energy, but it is part of this cycle, or else, right? At some point we take in, we take in, we take in, we take in, and then it's like, oh, I am at capacity. I don't have any more wiggle room. I'm like, right? And then we're like, and it feels stressful because it's like, we're at capacity. And we can do that sometimes, but we can't maintain that indefinitely. It's too much work. It's too much strain on the body. It's exhausting. It burns us out. That's how it works. That's just what happens. And so then we need to find a way to express what it is that we're holding that is ready to be expressed. And so that can be a nice long exhale. That can be a nice loud vibrating exhale. That can be exercise that gets our heart rate up and revs our engine for a little while, and we'll pull that energy out of our mechanism and put it to the use doing work. That can be through creative projects like speaking, like journaling, like writing poetry, like making art, doing a dance, whatever inspiration you're able to sort of pull through in that way. It's like, I got to get some energy out of my body. Like, what does body want to do? And then just go with it. And that takes practice to get that sort of accessibility to the body wisdom, but it comes. It comes. That's just neuroregulation, which allows our processing centers of our brain to more easily receive clear communication from the body because we have the hardware to maintain that kind of an awareness. So our container has a specific capacity. Our container has volume quantity of how much energy, and it has mechanisms for bringing energy in, and it has mechanisms for releasing energy out. And resistance is what allows us to set the pace on this mechanism. Because if we're receiving in so much energy, so much information, so much stimulation from our environment that it's like drinking from a fire hose and it's just too much. And then we're overwhelmed. And then we're no good to anybody, especially ourselves, because we're just overwhelmed and I don't know what to do next. And I don't have my words available. And I can't move my breath because my body is just doing, and that's overwhelm. And so resistance is a way to pump the brakes, put a little, I don't know, whatever you would put nozzle on that fire hose so that we can calibrate like, okay, maybe I need some sunglasses on. Maybe I need another layer to wrap up in to give my body the sensation of insulation between all of this energy that's trying to come into me and my ability to process it, to receive it and process it. That I'm recognizing that maybe I just don't have the available capacity to receive all of that in a useful way right now. That's okay. It's okay. It happens to every single one of us. And so that resistance is a way that we can kind of notice like, I need to pull back a little bit from this. I need to insulate myself in some way. I need to slow down this energy coming at me. And it works the same way for internal bodily sensations. If you've got stomach pain, pelvic pain, like other noise that's happening in the body, it gets loud. It gets loud. And there are ways to quiet it, to care for the body, to set the body up into an environment that is maybe a little quieter, maybe a little softer, maybe a little bit warmer, whatever it needs to balance out the scales of the loudness of these felt experiences sometimes. That's what that overwhelm tells us, is that like I need my earmuffs. I need this to be softer. I need this to be quieter. I can't make use of this right now. But all of the information is useful eventually. The bodily responses that we receive, the information that we receive from our experience is useful. It gives us information about ourselves. It gives us information about what maybe we need. Do we need to eat? Do we need to drink more water? Do we need to get better sleep at night? Do we need to finally address that thing we've been ignoring? Could be any number of things. We always need something. And it's okay to have needs. We all do. So when you find resistance in your body, what's it saying? What's it asking for? What is it trying to let you know? Like, hey, this thing right here, I don't know if that's good for us or not. And then we can have an intellectual conversation with ourselves to, yeah, let's make some decisions about that. But the body communicates, and everything is energy. And it's normal to feel overwhelmed sometimes. But when we learn to get comfortable with this mechanism, that gives you skills and power to navigate a life that feels more comfortable because it's happening more on your terms and more at your own pace. There are always going to be those environmental factors that we can't control. But there's a lot that we can work with really effectively. So that's what I wanted to make sure um, that I let you all know about. Sensations, emotions, memories, ideas, light, heat, texture, sound, vibration. It's all energy. And it's in our body. And it is operating in cooperation with our ability to pay attention to it. One breath at a time. Just one. Keep it simple. Take good care of yourself. We'll do this again sometime.